Neal, a tough defeat to take today, going down 1-0 here at Notts. Just at the start of the game, you tried to play with a bit of a different defensive shape. It was like a kind of a back five off the ball and a back four on it to try and give them some different looks, but it ultimately resulted in you being pinned in deep for much of the first half. Is that fair to say?
Listen, the shape's got absolutely nothing to do with us getting pinned in. The way we played from the first minute as a group of lads, our mentality towards the game, our bravery with the ball, our decision making, every facet of the game, regardless of shape, was totally out of sorts. So you can call it what you want. We turned the ball over within 2 passes nearly every time we had it, and that's got nothing to do with shape. It's got to do with quality, it's got to do with mentality. And yeah, we knew Notts were good at sort of counter pressing when they turned the ball over after having spells of possession, but we were woeful today in that respect. And you know, the shape, how we attacked the game's got nothing to do with that. It was a seriously bad day at the office in a lot of ways, but that was one of them.
And going forward, I guess you're again looking at some of the decision making. Plenty of good positions on counter attacks, especially during the second half, but just not able to find the final ball that you needed.
It comes down to, again, mentality. We came here, our mentality wasn't right. You know, Notts thoroughly deserved to beat us today. They played with confidence and freedom. We were unbeaten. We should be playing with confidence and freedom as well. That was my team talk. Mentality wasn't good enough, and even when we did get into good areas, we rushed, we panicked, things that you don't see us do on a regular basis. And as a manager, it's very, very difficult to kind of fathom out why, but that's what's happened on the pitch today, and that's why we've lost.
Do you consider it a harsh reminder of how you can get through so many games, not necessarily playing your best, but you tick well enough to get the job done with some really good sparks in certain areas, but when you come into a game like this, you need to do it over 90 minutes and you can't, and that's where you're thinking, you know, how are we going to get out of this division? When
you play against good teams, particularly away from home at their place, you have to be on your game. With the ball, without the ball, challenges, passing, transitions, turning the ball over, regaining them, that kind of stuff. You have to be on your game. You can maybe get away with it if you're playing at home to a team who have come to try and stop you playing, but when you're coming to a team, a good team, you have to be on your game. And we weren't, not in any facet. And I don't want to take away from Notts, because Luke will probably be doing his press conference and he'll be saying the opposite. We were good at this, we were good at that, we were good. And they were, and absolutely they were, and absolutely they deserved to win. But we aided them to be good. They probably made it harder for us to be good, but we are so much better than that, even when we get pressed by a good team.
You were pretty furious about a decision involving Andy Dallas over on the left-hand side, who was trying to cut inside. He got a push from behind us, who's looking to venture in the box. And it was one of those where sometimes a referee will think, oh, maybe he's just tried to muscle him out, but there's no attempt to win the ball, and certainly that's what it looked like from our perspective. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, listen, I've seen it back. I always watch it back before I make a decision. I've seen it back. It was a stonewall penalty. You know, listen, Notts deserved to win. Let's go to that bit first. That was a penalty, 100% a penalty. He has shoulder barged him in the back as he's got wrong side of him. The referee, I'm not going to say what I want to say about the referee in that situation. He has taken a very, very easy option to not give that penalty. It's a stonewall penalty.
Altrincham, of course, coming up on Saturday. They're the kind of team that have gone away and made themselves difficult to beat. How much have you had a look at how you're going to break them down? Is that all going to come?
No, that's all going to come now. 2 games in 3 days is tough. I spent all of last week preparing for these 2 games. It was important to win the first one. We did see what we could get out of the boys in the second one and make sure that we put in a performance. We didn't. And you know, last season we were very good at bouncing back from defeats and going again. That's what we've got to do now. I've told the boys how I feel about today. I'm telling you, I'm disappointed. Credit to Notts, they were excellent. We were really, really poor today. That isn't the team I recognise from last season, from this season, and we've got to bounce back and start picking up points again and go on that road, because that's what the league is. You're going to lose games. You have to take it on the chin, you know, get down dirty and do your stuff to go and get the win on the board next game.
Cheers, Neal. Hope it's better on Saturday.
Thank you.